who the hell is Morales? Welcome back to another RJ Talking Walking Dead. This is for episode number 2 of The Walking Dead. And let me first say, man, that jump off was serious. They should have called it damn Bad Boys or Bad Boys 2 or Boys in the Hood or something. Because the pull up was gangster than a motherfucker when they pulled up. I like how they all got the cars all stacked up with the aluminum and the metal and shit all on the side. They ain't know what hit them over there. And then to come to find out that the ultimate plot was to just kill as many as they can and let them turn into zombies. Off the chain. All right, look, so let's go ahead and do this how we do it. If you guys haven't seen our reaction to The Walking Dead episode number 2, please go check that out. Also, if you guys have questions, because I'm going to be doing this for each and every episode of this season of The Walking Dead, RJ Talking Walking Dead. So if you got any questions, comments, or you just want to holler at your boy, hit me up on Twitter, or you can hit me up on any of our social medias that you can find on our YouTube site. But hit me up on Twitter with the hashtag RJTWD, and then your question on there. And then I'll go through those, put them up on the screen, you know, and we'll talk about it. But for now, this week we're going to talk about episode number 2, and man, what an episode. And at the very end, who the hell is Morales? Yes, I remember Morales when everybody told me who he is from season 1, but you know, that's somebody that was throwaway, you know, and we don't read the comics, and we're not even about the comics, so when we seen him, we was just like, we don't know. But then everybody started saying that he was from season 1, he had a family in Atlanta. Now, how you go from Atlanta to Virginia the same way Rick and them did? They left them in Atlanta, went to the CDC, and then made their way up to Virginia. Now, how did Morales get the idea to be like from Atlanta to also go to Virginia? Where they at right now? I have no clue. I hope they explain that one in some kind of way, because that's a hell of a coincidence. Morgan. Let's talk about Morgan. Okay, now we all remember Morgan going crazy a couple seasons back. You know, clear. This is what they almost turned him back to this episode. It's the crazy Morgan, and you don't want to see that Morgan because he's hard to talk to and hard to get around, so you don't want to see it, but it did come in handy this time. Now, he was a little cocky by saying, I don't die. Now, that's a little bit cocky. I haven't heard him talk like that before, but now I think he's walking with this mental problem that, yeah, he just don't die. And I mean, hell, it did prove it in this episode that no, he does not die yet. But I did like the way he executed killing everybody on there. But then when he walked back into the sun, boom, woke him back up for a minute. And then was like, what the hell y'all doing? Well, we got all these people out here. Are we not killing everybody? What's going on? So I thought that was very interesting to see. So that's going to be something we might have to worry about moving forward if this war continues like it is. You know what I mean? Because Morgan is a little unstable. Just a little bit. The director of this episode right here did some good, like some John Wick type shit, some straight up murking, you know, straight up. The headshots at the entrance of the one building with the 2 guards standing there, boom, boom, both of them in the head. Rick and Daryl came up in there. I mean, just good killing on this one. Good killing. I know it's weird to be saying that, but this is The Walking Dead. It's make believe, so let's just go with it, people. And like I said before, the plan for the walkers to eat the saviors over there, the way they just shooting them all and then let them come back alive, which is genius. I mean, because instead of just going and try to have an actual shootout and kill everybody there and try to win, that was a genius idea. Shoot as many as you can, let them turn into walkers, then let them try to fight that out. And at the same time, giving Rick and them and everybody time to do what they got to do in the inside. And that was a brilliant plan right there. The pantry or whatever that room is in there. And they had that one guy in the closet. Remember that? He was in there and he was crying, peed his pants, you know, he's trying to pretend like I'm not one of those. That brings up an interesting question. Like, it is kind of hard to tell which one is a savior and which one is just with Rick and them, and you know, on the good side per se, because everybody wear pretty much like the same thing. I know they kind of make the savior stand out a little bit by wearing a little bit more like tactical, darker clothes and stuff, but still at the same time, you can't really be sure who's who. So I never thought about that until this episode, but that's very interesting. Which brings up another point when Ezekiel and Shiva, the tiger, jumped on the runaway savior that him and Carol was looking for. how the fuck does the tiger know who to eat to? Because everybody looks the same, you know what I mean? So that's one thing I think we might just have to like just go with and think that it just is what it is. So I thought that was very interesting. The baby. Okay, so Gracie, the baby. Now, I just got through reading some theories. Now, look, if you don't want to hear this, you better still go and skip for this part right now. But this is a theory that I heard today about Gracie. Okay, the flashback scene or the flash forward scene with Rick, with all the gray hair and he all gray, right? That little girl that ran into Rick is actually that baby Gracie, not Judith, his daughter. So that would bring up another question then, what the hell happened to Judith? Because that would be really sad if that's the case, because something crazy would have had to happen to Judith for that to just be Gracie. Or it could just be Gracie, but we just ain't seen Judith and she just running around too. But in that instance, that little girl couldn't have been nothing but about 6 or 7 years old. Rick looked like he aged about 10, 15 years up on there. So those two, either way, it doesn't really work out. So I'm still sticking to that might just be some sort of dream sequence. Not really reality per se, but you know, who knows. But they did bring a baby, another baby, into this whole world for some reason. So it's got to be a reason for that. You don't put it on screen unless you plan on using it. Let's get to the predictable death that we seen. Everybody probably seen coming. Eric, you know, Aaron's boyfriend, that when they was in that shooting, the camera just went to him a little too much and he got a little bit too brave when he jumped out there to try to kill everybody on his own with his gun. And then boom, of course, you take a bullet to the belly and yeah, you're gonna have to go ahead and go. So that was kind of predictable right there, that it was just getting a little bit, you've seen that 1,000 times, that plan. That is sad though, that he had to die. So, but he did go out for a good cause. The good sacrifice was there, so good on you, Eric. All right, and yeah, so then finally, Morales. What's the point of Morales? Has he always been there? Is he the real Negan? Somebody was saying that could be that would be the craziest fake out ever in life if it turns out that Negan is actually working for Morales, which would be insane. But it would be a great twist. But you would have to explain that so good for it to make sense, because this whole time you built up this Negan and everybody loves this Negan, so you better have a great ass angle if that's the case, which I do not think. So yeah, what's going on with Morales? I have no clue. So I'll be interested to see where that go. And if you guys do know what's going on with Morales in the comic books, please don't put it in the comments below, because we don't want to spoil this shit for everybody. We just want to watch and as it progresses and goes on like everybody else, and be surprised when it's time to be surprised about it. So please stay away from that, but any other comments are fine. And finally, what do I think is going to be happening next? All right, so the next episode, episode 3, I did not watch the preview for next week, because we don't like to do that. We like to just genuinely watch it and be surprised on it. But obviously you just had Rick and everybody on this side doing their little war part over there. So next week we have to, I'm almost 90% sure we got to go back to what was going on with Negan and Alexandria, because remember, we left Carl and Michonne back over there in Alexandria to watch that place. So we got to turn back over there, see what's going on with that, see what's up with Maggie. We haven't seen her in this episode, I don't believe, or maybe she was out there, I can't remember. She's out there shooting, but yeah, we ain't seen too much of her. But we definitely got to get Negan and Gabriel inside that little compound, plus the Saviors inside the Savior compound, surrounded by walkers. So what the hell they gonna do? So that is what I'm interested in right there, because how the hell Negan and Gabriel gonna get out that little place? Now, it is not beneath Negan to kick Gabriel out to cause a distraction and for Negan to get away. That is totally within the realm of possibility for Negan. So I wouldn't doubt that if it happened, but then that would mean Gabriel would probably have to die. And I don't think the show is ready for him to die that way right now for that. So it'll be very interesting to see. Maybe they have to work together. That'll be crazy, because Negan is by himself now. He is, you know, some people when they get alone from their friends and they surroundings, they get a little different. So that might happen on there. I don't know what be going back on in Alexandria with Carl and Michonne and the baby. But I'm guessing it's probably kind of peaceful right now with everything going on, but we got a long way to go. So it's not finna be as easy as we think it is going right now for Rick and them. Because we seen the flash forwards from Rick, and at some point he's gonna be back with that same face, like when they finally got caught from the Saviors back in season 7, and the head bashing begins. So scary times are coming, but good times are happening right now. So good on them for doing what they're doing. But that is episode 2. To me, that's what I think about it. Overall, I thought it was another good show. I know I hear the ratings are probably not as good as they're supposed to be, but I'm still interested in Walking Dead. It's still one of my favorite shows on TV, and obviously you guys too, because we see the feedback and everything from everybody on YouTube, not just our channel, but all the other channels too. So the excitement for The Walking Dead is still there, and people still watching. So I'll be back next week for episode number 3, and stick around for the reaction tomorrow or Monday for the new episode of The Walking Dead, episode 3 from, the Real Talk family. Other than that, thank you guys again for another episode. Until next time, people. Peace.
And Lil Jon vibe in the air, let's go! I got the VIP locked down, cause I'm the hardest dude in the club right now. She got the VIP locked down, cause she the baddest chick in the club right now.
I got the VIP locked down, cause I'm the baddest chick in the club right now. He got the VIP locked down, cause he the hottest dude in the club right now.
Look, I'm on the guest list, walking past